So far we have added the main pages for each of the items on our sidebar on the admin section. Now there are a few other pages that we have not yet added, and we are going to go through the items again and be adding these pages one after the other. An example of such pages is the trash or the recycle bin. Let us see what it looks like on the finished project. So I will click on the post item on the sidebar, and then when I click on the trash button at the top of the table, it takes me to this other table here. Now this is where we have the trash post. So we are going to add this page, and since it looks very similar to the manage post page, we are going to copy the manage post page to the trash page and then modify it to look like this. Okay, so back to our project folder. I'm going to expand admin, and then since it is a recycle bin or trash for posts, we are going to be creating the file inside the post folder. So we will create a new file inside post folder called trash.html, and like I said, this is going to look very similar to the manage post page. So I'm going to open index.html in the post folder, that's the manage post page, and copy all the code inside it and then paste it inside our trash.html file. Now I'm going to scroll to the very top and start modifying it accordingly. Now it is going to say posts trash instead of manage posts on the title tag. The header is going to remain the same. The sidebar is going to remain the same. We will scroll down to the table itself and start modifying. The size of the table will remain the same. The title of the table is going to say post trash. We don't need to display the sample message, and we are not setting the featured image either, so I'll take out the form as well. And then as for the table actions, we don't need any table filter, so I'm going to take out the table filter group. And then as for the table buttons, we have only one button on top of the table, so I'm going to take out one of the buttons. And then we don't even need to surround it with two divs. So we can take out, since it's only one button, we don't need to surround it with two divs. So I'm going to take out the inner div, that is the table buttons div, the opening and the closing tag for that div. So now all we have is the table actions div, and inside that div we have just one button. I'm going to modify this button to read manage posts, and it should link back to the manage posts page. Now we want this button to appear to the right, and we gave table actions in our CSS a justify content of space between. So it needs at least two items so that the space between can work. So if I give it a span here, an empty span, this is not going to be visible. It's going to push the span element to the left, and the button will be pushed to the right, and that's exactly what we want, because on the finished project the button is on the right. Okay, so that's it for the top of the table. Now the table itself, the columns that we're going to be displaying will be the same as what we had on the manage post table, so we are not going to change anything here. Okay, as for the data itself, it's still going to remain the same. The only difference is that we are not going to have a trash button. Since we are already on in the trash, this is now going to be the delete button. So when you delete a post in the trash, you are deleting it forever. And then the only other button, let's see, the only other button besides delete is the restore button. So I'll change one of these to restore and then take out the other one. The order doesn't really matter. I think it's even more preferable for restore to appear after delete. Okay, I'm going to take out the second row. Let's just leave only one row in the trash. And as for the table footer, we don't have any pagination. So I'm going to take out the table footer as well as the pagination links inside it. And then down here, we are not displaying any featured or any select field for featured posts. So I'm going to take out the script for that. And I believe this is all the changes we need to have our trash page for posts. Let us go to our browser and open this page up. So we will go to the posts folder and then trash.html. All right, so this is what our trash looks like. The button here has a plus icon, which is not what we want. On the finished project, we have a kind of settings icon. So let us search for that icon on our icon library. So I will search for settings, and then I click on this one, click on the code snippet to copy it, and then I'll replace the circle icon with the settings outline, and make sure that I give it the class icon because we defined some CSS for this. Okay, so we are replacing the add circle outline with the settings outline. So I will take out the circle one and let us refresh the page. And now this looks good. All right, so that's it for the trash page.